So we're here again. Happy 1 month. We've done it for 4 weeks straight.
Wow.
I know, right?
And
Feels
give
good.
ourselves a round of applause.
There we go. I'll do some clapping.
This is all that is expected of us.
Yeah. After this, don't expect any more podcasts. I think
This is
1
it.
month.
This is the 1 month finale.
Podcast.
I think 1 month is probably a max for us. So
Be glad you got this. We'll have 4 other bozos potting for the next month.
we're hiring assistants to actually fill in for us.
It's gonna be a good time. So I think from the week, biggest news was this big old beefy Nintendo Direct that was aired, I think on the 9th of this past week. A lot of games out. We have the list of 30 games that were posted or showed some kind of gameplay during the Direct. It was for a 40-minute stream, a wealth of new games that are all coming out at some point in, I think, like the first 2 quarters of this year. I don't know who. Josh, what looks up your alley? What kind of games?
So I didn't watch Nintendo Direct, but I was looking at this list.
I was gonna say, just look at the list.
I think Star Wars: The Force Unleashed would actually be pretty fun because I remember playing that like a long time ago on my Xbox, and I think that'd be super.
So I watched the Direct, and it looked awful. I was like, how did this game age so bad? And I found out through another podcast, the Min Max Show, it is a port of the Nintendo Wii version of the Force Unleashed. Right? I was like,
okay,
what?
Never mind. I'm not playing that.
I was so sad. I know. I was thinking the same thing. Like, oh man, I don't think I really actually played this game, but it would be fun. Oh, it's awful looking.
How are you gonna put
Kirby in the Forgotten Land the one where he like sucks in the car?
Yes,
in the trailer. Yeah. I think that looks kind of fun.
Have you seen gameplay and everything for that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's hilarious. He just starts eating everything.
I'll look real quick.
Who here has played Mario Odyssey?
Oh, I love Mario Odyssey.
I played a little
Great
bit,
game.
yeah.
So I think it's supposed to be like Mario Odyssey 2. Like you're literally just going to be sucking everything up and playing as that object. Yeah.
I feel like I have to get this game, but dude, the thing that annoys me about Nintendo games is that they're all $60, and it's way too expensive for
Nintendo
what the games actually are. Like the games are really good, but they're not worth $60.
Yeah, I don't think Switch games, especially Switch games, I don't think should be.
Yeah, but MLB The Show 22.
So yeah, that's I was looking through here. The show's a fun game. The show's fun. I like playing the show, at least on my PlayStation.
Shit, bro. Cannot figure that game out.
Yeah, it's difficult. I enjoy it, but
it can't make it without bugs. It's awful.
No, I'm looking through the list though, and I was excited to see Mario Strikers, of course.
Yeah,
that's a different.
Maybe of the two games on this list that I feel like do deserve a $60 price tag is Kirby Forgotten Lands and Mario Strikers.
Well,
We've been waiting
wait a minute.
15 years for that game.
Wait. Is there new Wii Sports? Is there like Nintendo Switch?
There's Nintendo Switch Sports.
Now I have to play it before I give it a $60 price tag, but that was
I saw
absolutely
gameplay.
$60.
It looks amazing, and the intro. I heard like the audio of like the intro, and it's literally the one from the Wii, but they like turned it in. They like did like a remix, and it's so cool.
So as it turns out, I haven't played it. I still need to, but as it turns out, the Legends of Arceus, just because we're on the topic of Nintendo, does look like shit. Not like shit, but it doesn't look.
It looks
as I thought it would look a little, but it doesn't.
So yeah, I also actually had this. One of my girlfriend's friends has it, and she was showing it to me. And
hold on, wait. Okay, sorry. I thought you said one of your girlfriend's friends, and I was like,
I did.
Multiple girlfriends.
My wife's boyfriend was showing me this.
so my wife's boyfriend was showing me this, and the issue, like, immediate proximity doesn't look too terrible. It just doesn't look polished. That's the biggest issue with like immediate proximity graphics. But biggest issue is like rendering and loading in things that are at somewhat of a distance. Also, one thing is Cyndaquil doesn't render in You know how he's got like the flame tail, like the flames on him.
Yeah.
It doesn't render the flames on him when you're just walking around
Are
normally.
you sure that's because it's not the pre-evolution?
No, it's the issue. I don't know what the issue is. It's when you get into a battle, he has it, but when you're just walking around, he does not have it.
Well, I don't think he has it on all the time. Like it's only when
he just looks. It looks goofy because I've only seen him with the fire. So it just looks goofy.
That's because you didn't watch the Johto series where he doesn't have it on most of the time.
Okay, so I was just wrong about that. So the true issue though that I was actually going to get at is flying Pokemon, like with wings. When they're out in the wild and you are at a certain render distance, they have literally like 4 frames of motion. So Yikes. You'll see a Staravia or something flying, and you're like in that medium render distance where it may be, or like a far render where it just renders in and you're not close yet, and you literally see it flying in 4 separate frames. There's like a wings at the peak, wings middle, and wings down. And then that's it. And it just like repeats those 3 frames and just kind of glides around. And then the trees and nature just are terrible rendering at distance. And I'm not even talking like far distance. I'm talking like just outside of immediate proximity. It's just polygons.
I think we need to get back. Stop shitting on a game. Nintendo will come for us.
I'll say this: it's moving in the right direction. I mean, does anyone have disregards to the movement and like the game style that they're hopefully going to be transitioning into? I mean, that's like this feels at least still kind of like where we wanted to be, right? Breath of the Wild as Pokemon.
Yeah,
it looked
Sword
really
and Shield
cool.
was good, so I have no quarrels with
the actual gameplay looks pretty good.
Of this.
Well, yeah, it's kind of cool that they're like trying to not copy paste the typical Pokemon formula, and they're like trying to like actually make new gameplay.
Isn't
and
this
make
just
new systems?
I think Josh.
This is different than this is like different than any other Pokemon game.
No, this is just like a Platinum and Pearl remake.
It's different in which there actually are different elements in it where like you have objectives to catch like the same Pokemon like 20 to 30 times, where you're kind of like, I saw a meme actually where, you know, it's like the Captain Phillips pirate and he's like, I'm the one who hides in the grass now. And it is very much like that. Like the Pokemon are now in the open, you're hiding and like trying to catch, and you do catch like a number of them. And I think that was a con in a lot of people's view, in that like you don't feel as personally connected to the Pokemon you're catching because you're almost just like corralling them and then sending them off for an objective. So I mean, is that, I haven't played a Pokemon game in like 10 years. Is that a different game element than what's been done previously in the last few years?
I'm not with Sword and Shield. You're just kind of you just kind of walk around and they're all over the place. They're not specifically in the tall grass. The tall grass is like it used to be, though. Where I think I can't remember, it's been a while, but I think if you walk around in the tall grass, or you can see them, I don't remember.
Yeah, so I think it's a little
I forget
different.
It's been a minute.
It just the battle looks a lot different. So like when you get into a Pokemon battle, your character, like you can actually move your character around. And
yeah, that's dope.
It's pretty cool. The mechanics are pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, but I guess to get back to some other games, because we're talking about a game not even on the list anymore.
Dude,
let's go back to my Strikers. The game I've literally been waiting for like 15 years to play. Like that game it's been a long time coming, and every single director the last 2 years, I kept looking at Carlin going, I hope this is the game they're finally bringing, because they've brought out every other friggin' sports game like tennis and golf, and none of these games anyone cares about. This is the one people want.
Have they made another baseball one?
Wait, what?
Didn't they make another baseball one?
What even is baseball?
Mario Super Sluggers. They made a different one, but it's not under the Super Sluggers.
Does it have anything to do with soccer? No? Okay. Who cares? Mario Strikers, baby.
It rivals Mario Strikers.
I've never even played, like, was there, like, I've never played this game before.
Probably played it at my house.
It's a phenomenal, like it's almost the soccer equivalent of like NBA Jam or NFL Street. Like it's
MLB.
Oh yeah,
MLB,
I'm looking at like some old like GameCube.
MLB
Or, like,
Hit or whatever. What was it? What was the MLB
NHL
one?
Hits. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh man. Definitely didn't have
Slugfest.
MLB in the name.
Slugfest.
yeah,
that
that
was
sounds
a good
right.
Slugfest.
So yeah, you would just do crazy things. You would like body check people like it was hockey. You would send alley oops for people to do bicycle kicks in the air, like 30 feet above like the stadium. It was incredible.
I remember when we would play it, we would always try and see how many juggles we could get before we would play it, or before we'd score. So you'd like make a stop on defense or whatever, and then you would try and move the ball down the field with only juggle passing and try and score. I loved that game. I will be getting this one.
Yeah, there's a few games where I could see myself spending like close to $200 if I bought all of these full retail. Like Carly's a huge fan of Splatoon 3. That's supposed to be coming out at some point this summer. No Man's Sky, if you haven't played that had a really good kind of like rebound from a tragic launch from 6 years ago.
How are they gonna put that on a Switch?
I mean, probably the same way they're putting like what something like they should be able to play Portal. Like that's coming.
Portal looks like exciting.
Anything that's old, like any old game, I can see like, oh yeah, you can definitely pick that on the Switch. But like No Man's Sky, I cannot see something like that coming to the Switch.
I'm excited to see. What did we just say? Portal. Portal should be fun. Portal should be fun.
Is it just? It's
the companion collection. No, it's no new game or anything. It's just like they're moving it over to
like
Switch.
The orange box.
Yeah, I think it'll just be fun. I think that'd be. I doubt that one will release at $60. Because
you hope not, because that's a 15-year-old game.
Yeah, and what's it going for? Probably on Steam right now, like $10 maybe.
But you guys, I don't know if you even remember this. You might have been too young, but when Steam first launched, I think back in like 2009 or something like that, they offered Portal for free. And Steam. I think I got Portal for like $1 during a Steam sale. So
oh wait, I think
Steam is almost 20 years old.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look.
I've got friends on my friends list. I just saw it yesterday. He has a 16-year-old Steam account.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Dang.
And initially released in 2003. They must have been doing like some kind of big promotion when they were letting Portal be a free download.
That was like the orange. Wasn't the orange box free on Xbox?
No, it was I believe
it
was a $40 game, and you got it was TF2, Half-Life 2, and Portal. And I think some other game that has gone the wayside.
Pretty sure it was both Portals.
No, it was 07, and then Portal 2 came out in 2011. Let's see. Yeah, it was Half-Life 2, Portal, and TF2. And I don't know what the initial. I feel like there was a time where you could have gotten like a really good promotion on it or something like that. It's just crazy to think how long it's been since that even was a thing.
Half-Life 2 Episode 1 and 2, Portal and yeah, that's what it was. It was Half-Life 2 Episode 1 and 2. That's what I was thinking of.
Small little. I think another big thing, which has been interesting, like Carly loves looking up a lot of like the speculation as to what's going to be coming out. What's like the big game for Nintendo for this year, and she was hearing so much rumors like, okay, it's finally going to happen. Like after an 8-year wait, Mario Kart 9 is finally coming, and there was a big switch up where you're getting Mario Kart, but it's just more 8 deluxe DLC with, I think it was something like 24, 25 map ports. More than that?
200.
What?
Yeah,
that seems like a lot, but I'm pretty sure it's 200. It's 200, it's 200 maps from all of the old Mario Karts.
I think it was something, it was more than what I said, but I believe it was 48 maps over the next like 2 years or something like that.
Oh.
Let
I
me
thought it was
check
200.
again.
I don't know what number I saw, but I thought it was 200.
I think
Anyways, but
200 is
it's like,
a little.
It's like OG maps and shit, so that's
Yeah,
kinda
it says pre-order today to race on 48 more courses.
It's
And
48.
it's like
I don't know where I got
it's
200. I
kind
didn't. I
of-
was like 200 seems like a lot, but I thought
Still
hey,
waking up. It was and it's supposed to be over like the next 2 years. So kind of similar to how they did like Super Smash Bros. Like they just like slowly seasonally like release their characters. It's going to be kind of an increase with that. I mean, Carson, how are you feeling about this? When was the last time you played Mario Kart?
Oh God. My hesitation is probably a good sign of how long it's been because I couldn't tell you. Probably the last time I played it was sometime over at Josh's place in his basement playing on his Wii.
Yeah.
I maybe I've played it one or two other
Well, no,
times.
you've probably played on the Switch at my place.
Yeah, I know my girlfriend likes it, so I may have played it sometime with her. But
Have you guys ever done like any of the online multiplayer? Like Josh? Have
Oh
you ever
yeah,
tried-
that's all I
been
used to
racing
do.
that. So
No.
what's this like map DLC do for you? How's that?
I honestly have no idea. I haven't been keeping up with it at all, so I don't really know what that means for like the multiplayer. I'm just assuming that those maps will all be included in multiplayer. But I really hate how the multiplayer system works.
Why is
You
that?
join a lobby, and then I guess you can pick a map. You get like a choice of a map, and then it randomly picks one of the maps that one of the players picked.
So there's everyone
It's
gets
kind
like
of
a
weird.
choice.
It's really weird, but
You're given 3 random maps or some shit like that. You pick one, and then it just picks one of the 8 or however many people are. In the
yeah, and
lobby.
then there's like a random option too. And so if
Yeah,
it
but
like
that's
lands
just
on
one of
yours, it
your
will just go
picks.
random.
So
I mean,
what?
it's a fairly
how,
standard.
yeah. How
Yeah,
would
it's
you? What would be like the preference to like changing that or like making it a little bit more equal?
I don't think you
Well,
can
as
in a
there's
public
not
lobby.
really, there's not really
There's no
anything
fair
wrong
way to
with
do it. Yeah, I don't think it's an issue. I mean,
It's not like you're playing
it's Mario
competitive.
Kart. Yeah,
Mario
it's
Kart.
Mario Kart. It's just fun. I don't think it's an issue. I mean, I get some people want to play specific maps, but you just pick that map and hopefully that's what happens. But I don't think there's an issue with the way that they select it. Just a fun
Okay,
arcade
well,
racing game.
I noticed something 3 slots down from Mario Kart 8. Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
I don't know
I've
what
heard that
that
game
is.
isn't very good.
I don't even know
It's
what it is.
It's just like a fighter.
I was gonna say I assume it's a fighter. It's like
It's on Steam.
Every anime's got a fucking fighter. Is
Yeah, no,
Fucking- My Hero Academia has 2 of them.
Yeah, this game is $60 on Steam. I mean, it has very positive reviews, but it's just like a $60 fighting game with like anime, and then people just like will pay that much because
Yeah,
of the
okay.
anime.
All right. I just was, I'd never seen that. I didn't know there was a game out. I was really fucking confused.
Yeah, they
Zombie
have
Army
they had quite a
Fleet.
bit of RPGs, definitely a lot of like some ports of games that have never even come to the stateside. Like I think Earthbound there's been a few games like I think like Mother 3 that has never come to the United States or been ported over. So I think people are kind of excited that might finally be a thing.
I'm
if they
just
keep moving in
excited
that direction.
for Lego Brawls. That's my thing.
Has anyone seen the new like Lego Star Wars collection that they're going to be releasing?
Oh yeah, a couple of my friends had already like pre-ordered it, I think.
I'm not surprised. It looks like the holy grail of Lego gameplay. Like I was just floored by how many features they added in this one single game. Like
Dude,
I think it is going to be worth full retail.
I miss Lego Indiana Jones. That was like one of my favorite. Lego Star Wars is always really good, but Lego Indiana Jones was like definitely underrated.
Any Lego
So
Island
good.
players here? Any nostalgia towards that?
Lego Island?
Lego Island. This was like before all the trademarking occurred with all these various brands.
I just
I don't
want to
know.
play.
I don't know. I'm not old enough.
I just want to
Oh.
guitar.
Yeah, apparently not. Apparently not.
Was that the one where you could like play different like mini games? Like there was like I remember there was like a soccer mini game or something, and Maybe
I don't
not.
think so. It was like the first like open world, quote unquote, open world PC game I ever played.
Roblox, bro.
Like Minecraft?
Yeah, the almost like actually.
No, it's like Roblox, not Minecraft.
Imagine if there was like a Lego game, but it was just like Minecraft.
So you
and there was like
mean
Lego
Minecraft?
stuff.
I remember
but Lego.
you could there was
Minecraft.
a single prisoner, like a prisoned criminal on the island, and it was always super scary. You could like let him out and he would like run amok around the place, and then you were always scared he was gonna get you like the boogeyman. I guess for releasing him. I don't know. Let's see. This game came out in September of 1997. So yeah, a little too young for you Zoomers. Oh man. All right, let's move topics. We've been on this one for a while. Let's talk about the dark side of Nintendo and them whipping up all these criminals who, ironically enough, they always have to have a name associated with Nintendo. They
Gary Bowser.
Which, yeah, coincidentally enough, the president of Nintendo of America, Doug Bowser, I think was like probably a component of trying to get this guy finally wrapped up for just basically ripping everything from Nintendo. Like
and then selling it for money.
Yeah, that which was the issue. To kind of address the issue, as I think we were getting to, it was basically Team Executor, I think, maybe, I don't know. That was like a hacking group that essentially was an emulator, created emulators with pirated games. But the issue is we all know there's emulators all over the place. And no one's really pursuing those. The issue is that they were selling their stuff. So you can find and download emulators online. Like, it's no big deal, but they're all doing it for free.
It is a big deal to Nintendo, regardless of profit.
Okay.
They hate
But
you.
they
want you to die.
I know they do, but they're not pressing charges with these people that are doing it. With this
not
group,
publicly.
With this group. They were selling their hardware and software that allowed you to play, or it allowed consoles like the Switch, 3DS Classic, or NES, PlayStation Classic, and the Xbox to run pirated games. And then it just goes on to say how, unlike others in the emulation modding community who create the free software, they were charging money for it. And finally, Nintendo was able to track him down. I think it was 3 people. There was the Gary Bowser, the head of it, and then Max Lauren, who was from France, and a guy's name that I'm not going to butcher, Mr. Chen from China. They were all arrested in September with 11 felony counts. And so looking through it, the head guy Bowser, who's originally from Canada, paid $4.5 million in restitution as part of his plea agreement because he pled guilty, and then another $10 million in a separate lawsuit from Nintendo. So this guy is not only facing federal jail time, but now he's had to pay out over $14.5 million in restitution and lawsuit settlements. So he got a big old slap to the face.
Yeah, it's kind of the tale of Icarus, right? I mean, when you travel too close to the sun of piracy like this, you definitely can definitely fall to your death quite quickly. Because I think we do not condone any form of emulation here at TKT, but I would say a majority of the gaming community kind of looks at certain forms of emulation in a higher regard, and I think when you slap a price onto it, it definitely causes a lot of controversy. So I don't think there's a lot of sympathy for these 3 individuals doing this.
Walker, NFT, your thoughts? Bro. I don't know. I'm like zoned out. I don't know what's going on. But there is one person in the U.S. named Gay Bowser, so he's safe. He's alive.
What?
We're okay.
Just like 411 this individual or what?
You don't know about Gay Bowser?
Well, I don't know about Gay Bowser.
There's a guy named Gay Bowser.
Uh-huh.
And yeah,
Yeah, you know how
he's Gay Bowser.
He is
I don't
Gay
know.
Bowser.
There's just a thing that like a couple years ago, and it was like there's one person in the U.S. with the name Gay Bowser, and then there was no one in the U.S. with the name Gay Bowser, and then it was the Return of the King, with the guy named Gay Bowser. He's back.
I was looking up when like trying to get ready for this specific article, and I remembered that the president for America's branch is Doug Bowser. I was like looking him up, and I saw an image of actual Bowser come up, not Gay Bowser, but Bowser, King of the Koopa. I was like, why does he get to be King of the Koopa? And I go,
No,
oh shit, he is a Koopa. He's just like the Dwayne Johnson. Maybe that's what Dwayne Johnson's going to be playing as. He's going to be Bowser in the live action form of Mario.
they already made a live action Mario.
Yeah, but the new
Critically
rebooted one.
acclaimed. You think everyone that works at like Nintendo, if you're like a higher up, that you gotta like change your name to something Mario related?
You get
Dude, that'd
hired.
be sick.
Like
In
Doug Donkey Kong.
In the final interview with Nintendo, they're like, all right, we really like you, but we have an issue with your name. Johnson is just not, it's just not cutting it for us. Your last name Johnson's just not going to cut it for us. We're going to need you to change your last name. And they're like, well, what do you mean? To something? What do you want me to change it to? Bowser.
They all
Bowser.
it's always just Bowser. It's like
Bowser.
I can change my name to Link, and he's like, I think we're gonna go with Bowser for you.
Yeah.
I want to be Princess Peach.
Okay, but
I'll change my first name to Mario.
can we talk
Bowser.
about? Well, can we talk about speaking Mario? Mario. That's his name, by the way.
It is. Yeah.
So it's Mario, Luigi Mario.
That's why they're the
No.
Mario brothers.
Yes.
Oh,
It is
no.
because of it's Mama Mario, which means it's their last name is Mario.
What?
Yeah,
So Mario.
Mario,
Luigi
Luigi
Mario.
Mario. That's their last name.
So after
Don't fact
spoiler
check me,
alert,
but
Odyssey, though, so now she's Peach Mario.
dude, they got married, bro. Come on.
Come on.
Can they adopt Bowser Jr. and then he can be Bowser Mario? Or
What
is
if I-
his name Bowser Jr.?
What about Baby Mario and Baby Luigi and Baby Peach?
Well, baby Luigi. Okay, baby Luigi is not related.
Hold up,
to,
spoiler alert. So because Mario and Peach didn't get married till Odyssey, does that mean
Yo, they had a kid out of wedlock.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, premarital sex.
The amount of controversy
Ew.
Nintendo had to
Dude,
hide.
I can't
What
believe
the
Nintendo
fuck?
would do this.
Yeah,
What
that's
the
Oh my
fuck?
gosh.
I'm boycotting.
Is this really what they kids to do nowadays? Have sex?
that's
have
what they're
kids?
yeah, unbelievable.
Nintendo's promoting sex, but they won't let us use emulators for 20-year-old games.
What a great
Ridiculous.
Onion article that would be. Like head of Nintendo, spokesperson Mario.
We should contact the New York Times and see if they'll post an article about it.
We'll see if we can get
Spokesperson-
comment from. Oh, go ahead.
Spokesperson Lugugi Mario.
Luigi.
Luigi.
Lugugi.
Luigi. Oh Lord! Wow.
Well, yeah.
That-
So, at the end of all of this, Mr. Gary Bowser's in prison for 40 months, and his accomplices are charged but not in custody. So,
Not yet. Once Nintendo forces them to change their name, then they'll
Yeah.
finally be federally.
yeah,
in
they
court.
have to wait till they change their name. What's the... Oh man, so we got Gary Bowser,
Yeah, we're done with this. We're
Max
moving on.
Shy Guy, and
Max Shy Guy
Dude, Max Shy Guy's good. I like that.
and Yoshi Chen or
Yeah.
Chen Yoshi.
Mario.
Yep, yeah.
Well, he's French. Are there any French characters?
Mm,
I don't know.
Waluigi. I don't know. He just seems like he'd be French.
Are you fucking okay?
He just seems
Yeah,
French.
bro. Waluigi would be French. That's why they're all Italian.
Well, he just
Are
like
you stupid?
he's French Italian.
Are you stupid?
He just has the personality, like
he just seems like he'd be a Frenchman.
Yeah, all French people go wah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Actually, fun fact: when I was in France, we were at a restaurant, and the waiter got really mad at us because we didn't speak French.
No, they hate you.
And he goes, wah!
They hated me. He's like, next
French?
time, he literally said this. Next time, learn how to speak French.
Yeah, French people.
And I was like, whoa, man. Like, I'm just like, you probably have to deal with tourists a lot, man. Like,
and you went, wah, and he goes, that's much better.
Yeah.
You should have said oui oui baguette. But no, French people, and French specifically in the service, like food, they fucking hate America.
No, they don't want you. They do
For
not
nothing
want
at
you.
all.
That
Like,
guy really hated me, but I loved him.
They hate,
they
hate you.
That sounds like Josh is into some dominatrix
Yeah,
kind of
but you
stuff.
gotta hit him with the oui oui baguette, bro.
Josh is into being degraded. Not that there's
Filthy
anything
American.
wrong.
Yes,
No, there's
tell me more.
absolutely. Oh no, wait, that would.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, Josh, but you know.
No, we're
Thanks
not.
thanks for letting us
I
know.
love being dominated.
No, kink should be shamed unless it's degrading. Then you just stay away from it, because.
Well, it wouldn't degrading their
That's
kink.
why you wouldn't. That's why you wouldn't. You degrade everyone besides those
gotcha.
people, because
Love it.
that's a touchy subject. You don't want that.
All
Right,
right.
let's go to more dominating, which
like
is
Nvidia.
my time with more Harry Potter. No.
No?
We're moving.
Nice try.
No. The list is not in order. We are going to Harry Potter since we're talking about games.
Since we're talking about dominatrix, we're going to Harry Potter.
Yeah, since Harry
kinks.
Potter dominates my time in all sorts of forms. Like
Harry Potter dominates my ass.
Like this new card game that is apparently already out in certain countries like China and is now moving to the Western worlds. Yeah, it's very weird. It's almost like a new game genre because they define it as a free-to-play, immersive, collectible card game and massive multiplayer wizarding dueling game featuring a blend of strategy roleplay. Walker, dissect that for me. What the fuck does that mean?
Okay.
Yeah, what does that mean, Walker?
So read them. Okay, MMO. That's your massively I forget.
Mobile.
Big online game, not mobile. It's
Massively
your massive
multiplayer
online. It's your big thing. Your RPG. That's your role playing game. So you ever play role play in bed? Yeah, it's like exactly like that. And free to play
with a lot of people.
Yeah, but free to play. See, that's just a con. That's a cover up because there's 100% going to be in-game transactions, and that's how they're going to make all their money.
Yeah.
So don't believe when it says free to play.
Well, it's free to play.
Okay.
But that just means it's pay to win. Free to play means pay to win.
That's how Halo Infinite is.
Yeah,
get those good skins. Pay to
Well,
win.
Skins
now
get
I'm
wins.
confused,
You're right.
Walker.
Sorry. So skins get wins. You're right. You don't have the cat ears. You literally can't win games.
That's
No,
true.
yeah, the problem with like the Harry Potter games that are already out, like there's one for mobile that's out, and I downloaded it because I'm a Harry Potter nerd, and it's just like, okay, you've used up all your energy, now you have to wait 8
Just like
hours
every other
until
game.
you get more energy, and then it's like, oh, but you could also buy this energy, and then you can also buy some other shit that has nothing to do with anything, and that's why I'm not too excited about this, just because I know there's probably going to be some sort of energy aspect, which I hate, especially like for mobile games. Like if I'm going to play a mobile game, I don't usually play mobile games, but if I do, I just want to be able to play it and not have to worry about anything. But when you're playing a mobile game and it's like, oh, you can't do anything else, you ran out of energy. It's like, bro, what do you even want me to play this game?
I just don't want you to be too good, bro. They're
Is Hearthstone like that at all?
Hearthstone?
Hearthstone?
No,
No.
but yes. No, there's no like
No.
energy system if that's what you're talking about. And it's technically not pay to win because you don't have to pay to get anything. But you have the ability to buy packs and stuff with real money. So you can get everything with in-game money. It just takes, grinding and actually playing the game. But if you just want to be good at the game or just have good cards, it doesn't necessarily make you good at the game.
Yeah,
But you just buy the card packs or whatever.
You guys better be prepared to talk about this a little bit later once we get to a different subject.
Okay.
Just saying.
So
to
like,
win?
what if Hearthstone, or what if this Harry Potter card game was like Hearthstone? Because
Well, then it wouldn't be a massively multiplayer online.
what? So I don't. That's the part I don't
So
get.
an
Like,
MMO
how does this
is
make
like
it?
World of Warcraft is like an MMO. Well, okay.
So how is that
Okay,
compared then to a card game?
Hearthstone or Hearthstone, whatever. That is a 1v1 straight up. There isn't any sort of other, like, it's just you versus your opponent. So, like, yeah, it's multiplayer and it's online, but it's just you and him. Whereas, like, a game like World of Warcraft, you're in a lobby and there are hundreds of other people there. So,
Yeah.
I don't know how this would work, but it would have to be something along the lines of there's a open world and there's just people all over the place.
From looking at the
Like
screenshots
Club
of this,
Penguin.
it looks like basically like the duels will be you're like multiple people on each side of like this thing, and it looks like you have like cards that use energy. So what I'm actually thinking is this is pretty much like going to be like a Clash Royale kind of thing, because it looks like you have like a deck and there's energy on each deck, and then there's also an energy bar or like a elixir bar at the bottom per se, and then you just like it's pretty much. I'm looking at it now. It looks like Clash Royale, like that sort of game.
Kind of.
I've never played Clash Royale,
Word
so like,
MMO
it's a
is
good
so
game.
Weird.
I had never seen anything like this. I was like, this almost seems like a whole new genre, because like some aspects of it look like Hearthstone, and then other aspects, sounds kind of like
it's definitely a different take
free-to-play.
on like this Clash Royale kind of mobile thing, because it looks a lot different, but it has like the same sort of systems. Now that I'm looking at it.
Huh. Yeah, it's very cryptic. There's not like if you watch the announcement trailer, it shows like nothing of like what the game would actually look like. Like there's no actual in-game play video at all. It's just kind of like a hype trailer. So like it's very cryptic, but I'm kind of sad now. I thought it was going to be more like Hearthstone.
I'm really excited for the Hogwarts Legacy though, but has been no new information about that.
Well, now I'm sad. Let's move to a different game then. Let's go to your game, Josh. We're gonna go
Lost
to
Ark.
lead expert on the new MMORPG Lost Ark. Josh,
Not
take
expert.
it away.
I'm a beginner MMO player, but Lost Ark is super fun. I'm loving it so far. I paid $15 to get it early for like the 3 days before, and I have 15 hours in. I'm loving it so far. Like everything about it is just so cool. Like all the abilities, the classes you can play, super fun. Gameplay, super fun. The story kind of begins like, and it's kind of like dumb, but then it gets better as you go. But I won't have like a full opinion on it yet, because like with it being free to play, there is stuff that you can buy in game. So there is like debates on it being pay to win and like pay to convenience or whatever. Like it's for sure pay to convenience, but it all depends on what your definition of pay to win is and pay to convenience is to like see what it actually is. But I'm gonna keep playing it until I see how like paying for stuff in the game actually affects it. Because there's like huge debates right now. Like I'll like go on like the Reddit or something, and people are like, oh, this is pay to win. Oh, don't play it. Oh, blah blah blah. And then other people are like, well, not really. No, it's like you can pay for stuff, but it doesn't really affect it. But it's kind of like what Carson said earlier about like the aspect of like you can pay to like get stuff a bit faster, but you can still access all that stuff by playing the game normally.
And it's like a decent grind. It's not like a Battlefront 2 where like you would literally have to put in 3,000 hours to finally get to play as Luke Skywalker or someone like that.
So the main part of this game is like you're supposed to get through like the leveling experience, but like the leveling experience is definitely not the main point of the game. The main point of the game is once you get to the end game, and once you're trying to beat all of the difficult raids and like raid bosses, and getting new gear, leveling up your like, so you have like a stronghold where you can make like potions and like stuff that you need for in battle. And it's basically like that's going to be like the main focus of the game. Like once you get to end game, you're going to focus on leveling up your gear, getting good stats for your character, beating bosses with like your guild, and doing all of that. And I'm not there yet, but I'm going to try to get to level 50, which is the like the level cap for the beginning at probably by the end of next week. And then I'll come back with like another review on it. But so far, it's been so fun. I'm loving it.
You feel like it sounds like it's got legs. Go ahead. Yeah, you're jumping into it, Walker?
Well, I think I'm gonna get on the train, hop aboard the choo-choo train.
Yeah, my roommate actually started playing, and he has never played an MMO, and I've had very, very, very little experience with MMOs, but he's also
who here has like gone through like some hardcore MMOing? I mean, it sounds like you got the most.
RuneScape, baby.
Penguin,
RuneScape.
It's so long ago. You don't remember what the fuck you're doing.
I would say
I played RuneScape.
Comparable...
I played RuneScape again in high school. I had friends in high school that
got so long ago, bro. You're old. You don't realize that.
I wouldn't say anyone here is a hardcore MMOer unless they've played like World of Warcraft like an insane amount.
No, I think if you played if we had played RuneScape from the day that we had originally played it up till now, I would say it's
RuneScape is just like a different. Yeah, it's just different though.
Carson, is this gonna pull you back into the MMOs? Is this getting you hot and bothered?
I don't know. I don't feel like I have time for MMOs right now.
Yeah, 'cause you only have time for Tarkov.
Yeah.
Tarkov's an MMO, bro.
Tarkov is
kind of is to a degree. Kind of it. It's like a limited MMO.
MMO is like I forget that's different now, because MMO, you always hear MMO and it's like World of Warcraft or Lost Ark. It's like games like that. MMO literally is anything. Like Clash Royale is an MMO. DayZ's and not even like it just means massively multiplayer and online. So like Counter-Strike is
no. It means no.
I know.
It means a bunch of people in one server at a time.
10 people. That's a lot. Technically by definition, massive multiplayer online. So
I wouldn't consider 10.
What's everyone's definition? So what's your definition, Walker?
It's just multiplayer. It's massive multiplayer online.
So what's just multiplayer online?
Yes, technically anything that's multiplayer and online is in.
So what's massive? I want to hear your threshold. What's your threshold?
It's not a true MMO.
I want to know your threshold.
My threshold? Anything, as long as it has more than one person, it's an MMO.
So what's multiplayer online?
That's just a multiplayer game.
No, okay, you're not listening to me.
Well,
it doesn't fucking matter. Nothing matters, all right? That's what you have to understand. Nothing in this world matters, all right? Anything can be an MMO if they market it.
This sounds like we're getting into Valorant talk here.
Clash Royale is technically an MMO. Because
I want to know what your multiplayer online mode is then.
I'm saying by definition. I'm not saying my definition. I'm saying
by
definition.
I want to hear your
would say an MMO is Lost Ark, World of Warcraft, RuneScape. Those are MMOs. But by definition, anything that's technically like more than one person.
That's by definition. If you go by the abbreviation. If you go by the definition, it's any online video game in which a player interacts with a large number of other players. And so when you're interacting with a large number of other players...
that's what I'm asking. Is what constitutes a large number? Like
I would say over 20 in like a server. Like at least.
No. So when you look at MMO RPG, or not even RPGs, but MMO stuff, when you look at the server load numbers, it's typically like 4,000 to 5,000 active players simultaneous in a server. Up to 10,000. That's massive.
I don't know where you're looking at 4,000.
I'm reading it right now.
But
you mean in like the same world, or just like in their own separate worlds?
There's no
in
way
a server.
There's not 4,000 people in a server at
that does sound kind of high. I think like ridiculous. Usually like the cap, and I could be wrong about this, but yeah, like a couple hundred always seems like it seems to be like the cap for like say like a specific server or map. Which I mean, yeah, this is all just like a ludicrous.
Okay, so reading again further into it. So to continue into Walker's side of the argument, when you look at a game like GTA is not considered an MMO because it maxes out at 32 players per lobby. Therefore, it's sectioned off because a lobby is different than a server.
That makes sense, yeah.
A lobby is different than a server, and the fact that the servers are sectioned off into lobbies of 32 does not constitute an MMO. MMO games have thousands of players all at once in servers. That's what the confusion is. A lobby is a smaller version of a server. The server can be thousands of people big, but MMOs typically don't break into lobbies. That's the difference. Is like GTA, Counter-Strike, whatever. They break into lobbies. That's your individual game. Whereas an MMO is all of the lobbies connected into one server with thousands of players.
So you're telling me there's no crossover in Counter-Strike? You just throwing away all the lore?
All right, I'm done on this topic.
Well, back to Lost Ark. They actually reached over 1 million concurrent players yesterday on Steam. It was a top game on Steam.
You think it's gonna hold? Like,
well,
I'm
far,
curious where Final
to,
Fantasy 14 is.
Well, compared to New World, it's very hard to compare it to like Final Fantasy, like as far as stats go. Just because Final Fantasy is on a lot of different like launchers. You can like play it through Steam, you can play it through the web, like yeah. But Lost Ark, you can compare it to New World. New World started losing the player base the second day it was out. Because
I don't know what New World is.
What is
New World?
New World's
one
of the bigger MMOs that came out earlier this year.
Oh my gosh, I can't keep up with these.
About.
It's the Amazon game.
Yeah, it was at Amazon, but Amazon also is running Lost Ark in North America. Like I forget what the deal was, but
runs Lost Ark.
But yeah, it's technically Amazon is like overseeing it. I don't really know how it works, but then
I think they're testing how it's gonna be if they just made New World completely.
But yeah,
free.
so this is already a complete game. So like it didn't break like New World did when it launched. Like New World was like completely broken when it launched, so it made people not want to play it at all. But now people people are playing and they're having a lot of fun. There's no problems, there's not really any bugs or anything besides they did have to take the servers down because people were duping.
I love some duping.
And then
always good duping.
And then they had a couple problems like that. But as far as in-game bugs as like gameplay wise, there's nothing. Because the game's already been out in Korea, Russia, and Japan for since 2018, I think. So, and it's done very, very well. So that's why it's like getting such a good reception right now, and I think it will last a bit. It'll definitely go down a lot, but I think it will have a very consistent high player base in a couple months.
It's free to play.
Yeah, it is free to play.
Yeah,
that's good.
I might try it out just because it is free. Although I need to reorganize my hard drives because my space is very limited. And
do some defragging.
And I don't want to download an MMO game on my actual hard drive. I'd rather do it on my M.2 or SSD, so it's faster. But that looks like my only option right now because everything else does not have enough space on it. So
it's a good thing that it runs well. Not that it matters because it's free to play. Unlike Battlefield's current issue, where there's mounting tension of refund demands amongst the poor suckers that actually decided to buy this game. So Game Informer ran a story back on the 8th saying that there was a petition going around asking for EA to refund their money purchase of Battlefield 2042. Literally a day later, that petition mounted up to 70,000 or over 70,000. It's now at 75 as of 4 days ago. So I don't know if there's a link to this current petition, but I would love to see what it's at currently. But yeah, they're basically stating how the game was falsely advertised. It was broken on launch. It's still broken. It has just amounted millions in damages for consumers and upsetting thousands, which, I mean, when you have a petition like this, I think you can make that claim.
You know what's really funny? I just looked on Steam charts. Battlefield 2042 has a current player count of 3,874 people.
Yeah, all the
that
other
so
Battlefields
bad.
have like higher play counts.
Yeah, and to update the number,
Yes.
As of yesterday, I still can't find the actual petition, but as of yesterday, we have eclipsed 160,000.
Whoo! That's
Yeah.
a
Oh my
small
gosh.
jump. I think if you put that on a chart, that would be an exponential trend. That's a few
Um,
more than who's playing currently. That
I
is nuts.
Can't tell. I'm trying to find it. It's not on change.org, so I can't find it.
It's
They may have
supposed to be
taken
on
it down.
Change.
They
Yeah, they
may
may
have taken it down.
Because in the article I was reading, according to change.org, it's the biggest petition or one of the biggest backings of a petition all year or within the last couple of years or something.
Oh wow.
And it's been what, 5 days? So
Dude, looking at the Steam chart is so sad. There's one little hump on December 17th. There was like 47. It went from
the day
like
it released.
No, or maybe
Was back
this
in
include the
doesn't,
beta?
Doesn't matter.
The peak was like 100,000, but then there was like this little hump, and it was like on like December 17th. Then right after, it's just back down to like 20,000.
Oh no.
And then it's just been going down from 20,000 since December 20th. I don't think it's gone up at all.
It's pretty funny seeing all these people. So, because it's EA. Most people know EA, and if you're the guys that followed Battlefield, then you're an idiot. And if you didn't see this coming, and if you actually expect them to refund you, you're an idiot.
Yeah, true.
This happens
There's
all
no
the
way
time.
they're gonna refund.
Now, if the game goes free to play, they actually, if the game goes free to play, they will, within the next couple months. Like if it's 2 years from now, they won't refund. But if it's within the next couple months, they will refund it. I know that they would do that. But
going.
What's everyone's prediction? Like, is it going to go free to play?
Yes.
Like Carson, what?
It will go. It
will
think
go
it will.
free to
But
play.
when is it?
I think soon. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, I'm reading through the recent Steam reviews right now, and the most helpful reviews over the last 30 days are, I pre-ordered the gold edition. I am an idiot. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
That was by Yoy. Then there's Moofy, who says, "This abomination is why YouTube should have kept the dislike button." There's Schwartzleiser, who he refunded it, and his review is, "Thanks Steam for letting me refund this suck game." And then he just posts a review guide. He just posts a guide on how to refund a game.
And I commend them for making that beta, because I watched the E3 trailer for it last year and I was pumped on it. And even in the beta, I was like, okay, I'm feeling decent about this. And then finding out it's being released in 2 weeks, I was like, nope. And I couldn't be happier. Thank you, EA.
Yeah, I kind of enjoyed the beta when it was out, but like it was obviously broken.
And it was
free. But they were like, "Oh, don't worry, like we have like this isn't like what we have. This isn't the game we have now. We've like made updates to it and stuff. This is just the beta." And then the actual game comes out and it's just awful.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Didn't they claim that they're like, wait, because people were like shitting on the beta because like, how are you gonna release this in 2 weeks?
Right.
And they were like, oh no, don't worry, the game is done. But we just gave you the shit version, so that way your expectations are actually low.
We're gonna bring you back when we have all the features.
We're gonna reel it back, so that way you think, oh, the game's gonna get better than this, and then it's just gonna be worse, and you're going to hate it.
I like it. I like this review.
Single Santa skin. Go ahead.
I like this one. Fun. It's fun if you hate your life and love bugs. The Roblox natural disaster survival game has more destructive tornadoes. You don't need to rage quit because your PC will rage quit for you. I also posted an image, a copy pasta in the podcast chat of one of the reviews.
So
what it's just kind of entertaining to read through these.
I'll
these are good.
slap that on the video.
With EA, so this happened back, and this isn't EA, but this is somewhat related. I think it was 2K. People were boycotting 2K because those games were shit, and I probably did it with EA as well. But these always happen. Shit like this always happens, and then guess what? Next year rolls around, they release a different game, and people forget. Like, the fact that people get so up in arms about it, and then a year later they go, oh, okay, who cares? is just ridiculous. Like
I think the one time, and I think this got even more traction than 2042, but like we even brought it up, Battlefront 2. That was, I think, one time where they did redeem themselves a little bit. Like they pulled back a little on their grind play to finally get a skin feature, and then they sent it to free to play. So that I think was the one time where people were like, okay, fine, we'll compromise with UEA. But yeah, like you're right, Walker, like it just seems like every single year this happens.
It always happens.
When is it finally gonna end? Probably never, because people don't learn.
Honestly, for EA might be looking down the shitter. Nobody owns EA, right?
Nope.
So, Origin and okay, no. Yeah, I mean they're gonna get bought by somebody soon. This is really a shithole
because they're huge. I mean, they have
2042.
FIFA, so
2042, horrible.
Yeah, but they
just
got
Battlefield,
FIFA,
yeah,
right?
But
I mean,
Battlefront, horrible.
They have FIFA. They have Madden.
FIFA. You don't realize that people now, this is what I just said. People fucking hate these games.
But they buy it.
But even the people that play these games. Literally, I don't know if professionally is the right word, but they're the guys that win the tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
They know it's a joke. They make fun of the game. The guy who won like the last 2 years ago, who won the Madden tournament, had a punter at quarterback.
Oh yeah, I remember you.
They ridiculed the game so much. I think EA in the next couple of years is going to get bought or just completely run itself to shit. Because
I mean that is a very good point, where like you could say the same thing about Blizzard Activision. Like I'm kind of playing devil's advocate, but like you could say, but everyone always buys Call of Duty. But I mean, yeah,
exactly. I would say Call of Duty's probably bigger than
it's now owned by Microsoft.
Yeah.
So
like it's getting ridiculous at this point. How many like EA games like annually just suck ass, and they have to do something drastic to actually like get people to play it.
Yeah. Josh, what was the last EA game you bought?
EA. EA? Ah, fuck, dude. I don't even know. What are some like
any of the
non-sports games? No, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say.
What are the
Star Wars?
Battlefront, Battlefield.
I think the last EA game I actually played was Battlefront.
I don't know,
if you don't count like the beta of oh wait, no, I did buy The Sims, but that was a while ago. And I don't know why I did that. I guess I was just down bad, and I
think your sister bought it.
Well, no, but then I remember like buying it. I don't know why, but I have it. I'm probably.
Let's see where EA's stock is at right now. Who wants to take a guess?
Shitter. In the shitter.
Not great. It's been let's see,
last higher or lower than
lower still. Good job, Walker. You knew where I was going. So yeah, our last news topic that Carson's been wanting to talk about for like an hour. Nvidia is currently ranked, not ranked, but is a higher stock value currently than Facebook, which, I mean, it's not too surprising. We've talked about Facebook, I think, on every single podcast. They're just eating it right now, joking about the metaverse, their problems with not being able to extract our private information for ad revenue. It's kind of to be expected. And then, it is still weird though. Nvidia is like struggling to put out graphics cards.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think anyone can even see a 30 series, even though those have been out for like.
My buddies were at the store the other day. They saw a couple. Like
I was at Micro Center when I was buying. I was at Micro Center when I was buying this keyboard stuff, and they had 3060s, they had 3070s, and
how much?
No, I don't. So the 3060 was $480.
Yeah, the
3070 was probably around 900 something.
Okay, that's ridiculous. I was gonna say that they'd be
they
pretty.
They have no choice.
The 3060, no, they do have a choice because they're selling it. They're Micro Center. They choose.
Yeah, but they can't just sell it. They can't just sell it.
Absolutely can sell it for what the retail price. The 3060 sold normally. $400 for the 3060 is normal. $900 for a 3070 is not. Unless it was a TI. It could have been a TI. That might have.
I think the 3060, like I would buy a 3060 for $480.
Yeah, that's the right price. That is the price of the card.
Yeah, and then I think it was like 3060 Ti for like $500.
Yeah, that's why when you said the 3070, that seemed off because the 3060. No, yeah, Josh, the Micro Center. I mean, I don't know. I'm not in this. I don't know if.
Well,
they
I was
can.
talking to the workers there, and they're like, "Yeah, like we pretty much have to sell at this price just because of the market. Like they have like no choice."
Okay, I was gonna bring that up because I was gonna say because the 3060s are priced correctly, whereas the 3070s.
Well, the 3060s, they're still more expensive than they're supposed to be, but
Yeah,
it's
but
a reasonable
480.
price.
So $480 and $500. $500 is what the 3070, the original one. So like the $600 for a 3070 is like what it should sell for from Nvidia. So it's since the 3060 was cheaper than that, that's a reasonable price. But $900 for yeah, that I guess makes sense. But
Yeah, it's technically worth
they're
it.
trying to
The
stop
only card it's
scalping,
worth
I
it to
guess.
buy is probably a 3060.
So
in terms of the actual price point, yes.
Yeah, in
'Cause
terms
it's
of the price
actually
point
in
and
its
what you're
correct
getting
price.
too. Like 3060 like can do anything.
so
Which is
that's-
ironic considering that the 40 series is, I think, to be launched this year. So I
Sometime
mean,
this year, yeah.
it's nice to hear that the stock is finally kind of coming back, and Nvidia has said
That's what you
themselves that
think.
it's.
well now
That's what you
no
just were saying.
let's not get ahead of ourselves here, because looking at year to date of Nvidia, they're down, oh, I don't know, almost $70 year to date. 6 months, they're up in the last 6 months, but the last 2 months they're down. I don't know what that percentage is, but it's it's a reasonable number. It's like $70. The interesting thing though is I don't know the last time that Meta now is what they're going as, Facebook, um, did a stock split. The reason that's interesting to me is because I think it was within like a year ago that Nvidia did a stock split, when they were worth about $500 to $600, I think, and so the price of the stock technically falls because you're splitting the stock. So now all your stockholders who had one share now have like four, and they basically, it's like a price reset so they can get more people to buy into the stock because it's at a lower price again. So
Right.
the interesting thing to that is Nvidia has now eclipsed Meta even after their stock split. Now again, I don't know the last time Meta did a stock split. Maybe they did a stock split when they changed names. I don't know. But the reason I say this is all interesting is because when you look at the trend, right, within the last month, obviously we heard the news we talked about the news with Facebook, Meta, whatever, dying in like a 1 day period. But when you look at even their historicals, Nvidia is doing a significantly better job. Like I said, the last 2 months for Nvidia, they're down, $40.
I was gonna say, bro, I'm like, what kind of fucking mouse do
What
you
did I
have?
say about
What
your
is
desk?
going on?
Oh Lord, you gotta
Okay.
use your phone only here.
Just
Fuck.
click, 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 click.
So
click.
son of a bitch. But yeah,
Ridiculous.
looking at the most recent numbers, more recent numbers, Nvidia is definitely doing better. They're starting to trend back up. And Meta is just trending the opposite way.
Yeah, I mean,
People expected them to do some. I mean, and I still think they will rebound from that. Whatever it was, 40% drop. A week ago, or I think they'll trend back up, but it hasn't started the rebound at all. Actually, the price has just continued to fall within the last week. Even after their huge decline, they're now even lower than that. Whereas Nvidia is starting somewhat of a climb back up. And I think another topic that we have is going to be
oh, but wait.
a key indicator.
Hold on. Yeah, but what about them pulling out of potentially the Meta?
Pulling out of what?
The EU. Meta might
Yeah, there was-
completely shut down their services in the EU. So that'd be probably not good for them, I had to guess.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear about that. So if you want to talk about that, go ahead, please.
Oh, well,
I'm interested.
All I know is that with the data sensitivity that basically the reason they dropped in the way they did because of Apple's new security shit, the EU as a whole is just kind of like, hey, we don't really want you to be able to get into our shit. This isn't even like Apple stopping them. It's just the actual EU, I believe, that is saying like, hey, yeah, you're not allowed to actually be this intrusive because it goes against something in the EU policies. And so Facebook or Meta is like, well, maybe we'll just completely leave. And I don't think that, whereas in other cases where it's like there's some sort of mutual dependency, I don't think Facebook has any sort of right to try and do this, because they have no leverage against the EU. So
yeah, I saw Reddit comments saying like, they're like, freaking good, leave us alone,
get out.
Like, yeah, I mean that definitely hurts them. I mean, what they need is more people to be able to like sell ads to. So it definitely hurts them if they're gonna take away, like, I don't even know how many people are in Europe, but I would assume it's somewhere of a good percentage of the entire world population. So to say that is just, it's a complete bluff.
Probably 12 people or something. I don't know.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Facebook could totally do that.
400 million.
Those 12 Norwegians. No, not our Facebook.
Its population of the EU is 400 million. I honestly was going to say, isn't it smaller than the US? And it's about the same. A little bigger.
Wow, that's not many.
Yeah, I mean, the EU is fucking tiny.
Wow.
People forget how small it is. If you exclude Russia as well, it declines so much.
Who counts Russia on anything? We don't talk about Russia now that our
the ROC
beloved Stalker 2 is about to be highly delayed.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what other topics we've got, because I got something
That's
funny for
we're moving to media consumption, unless you got something, Walker.
Oh, I think Carson was going to bring something up.
Yeah, so I was just talking about on another thing that I thought was interesting when looking at the stock performance, before I jump into this next thing, was that even with the decline, Meta's market cap is still I think $1 billion higher than Nvidia's, even though obviously we've seen the price fall, and that's a factor when you look at their stock splits and things like that, but that's for a different conversation. I just thought that was interesting that even as their stock price is falling, they are still technically higher value in total because of that market cap being higher. But what I wanted to talk about was Nvidia, as I was talking about, they're slowly making that climb back, is because they are talking about their shortage potentially coming to an end. They released an announcement that hopefully the second half of this year, it's not going to probably be back to normal, but I believe they are planning this out strategically with the release of the 40 series. They're saying that they manufacturing supply issues should be improving in the second half of 2022. Obviously, as they gear up to release the 40 series, so hopefully the 40 series won't have the issue that the 30 series had, which also would hopefully bring along supply of the 30 series, so people who are still trying to upgrade cards will have access to multiple options and not be forced into getting a 40 series or paying more than they wanted to. I just think that's interesting, and that announcement, as we see how that develops over the next couple of months, could really increase Nvidia's value, because I think that's the biggest factor right now into a recent decline in their stock prices, is because of the supply issues. People just can't get it.
Oh, so. Yeah, that's everything, right? I mean,
exactly.
Car manufacturer, refrigerators, like everything has chips, and the chip shortage is just causing everything to drop.
I want to mine crypto. I need 530.
Well, that's what I'm really hoping for. Is I don't want the friggin' miners to just hoard these per usual. So I'm really hoping like Nvidia comes out with some form. I mean, it'll probably hold them off for only so long, but at least make some kind of incompatibility process so you can't do severe crypto mining with it, because that definitely before the pandemic was causing issue. Yeah, Josh.
Or like on launch, it'd be cool if they like, I don't know if this would work at all, but if they did like a system where it's like where they like kind of like check to see if you like are actually going to use it for gaming. But I feel like that would
they can't.
Yeah, they got it. So
surveillance.
They wouldn't be able to do that. But
you inject somebody with like some shit, and so the next time you go to buy it, if they inject you a second time, you fucking die. It's as simple as that.
That would be so.
But didn't they? I mean, they did the same thing
Scalper
last
proofing.
year. They did the same
Scalper
thing last
proofing.
year where they
Like they should
They
prioritize people who are going to use it for gaming. Is what
announced.
I'm saying.
They said that chips shortages were coming to an end last year, and they obviously didn't. So obviously
You're
that's not
thinking-
that's not their fault. They don't know that. They just
Right.
they're playing the market as well. But I don't know.
The reason I feel it may be different this time around is it's a more official release, press release, and I think it's a strategic thing with the 40 series. And one thing that we may not even know is maybe the chip issue was somewhat resolved towards the end of last year, but they held on to it to gear up for their 40 series release.
No, that's ridiculous. They wouldn't do that.
But yeah, that is all I had as far as that goes.
I liked the article that I linked where people are kind of talking about how this is a good moment. And we've said this before, like graphics cards right now are the bottleneck to be able to get into the whole PC master race scene. And this analysis talks about gaming laptops maybe getting like a shining moment to possibly introduce players to a way to play the game. I mean, I think majority of us started PC gaming through laptops. So
MacBook Air, baby.
Oh my god, yeah.
I used to play CS. I used to play
Counter
Counter-Strike
Oh my god.
on a MacBook Air with a wireless Logitech like
that
mini
was
mouse,
ridiculous.
Beats,
The
headphones,
days.
and
That
then
was
I still
ridiculous.
had this blue snowball. I still had the
That
same
is
blue snowball.
ridiculous.
It is interesting though to look at where laptops could go, because recently they've made the 3080 Ti available in laptops. That wasn't something that was available before, and now they've made it. I believe they call it a mobile. They've made it mobile now, which just means that they can use it in laptops. So I have a bunch of friends that I used to play Counter-Strike with and other games with that actually did that. They gamed on high quality gaming laptops for a while. They didn't use the laptop for anything. They used it as the PC. They hooked up monitors to it. They hooked up keyboards and mouses to it. So they were. It was essentially like the laptop was just. I mean, it was just the computer.
A mobile desktop.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have all participated in LAN parties. I have not, because I'm not a Giga Chad like you guys. But I mean, is that like enticing? Like to you were still like in the LAN party scene just to bring that laptop and maybe a couple monitors?
No.
That would be super sick.
It would.
No.
So I understand.
Why not, Walker?
Yeah, I want to hear what Walker says.
So I think gaming laptops are fine. Okay, I'm saying no and I'm saying yes. So with the ability of having a really good graphics card in it, I guess that would work. I just, in terms of comfortability, because you're always gonna plug in, if we're like Bryce, you always plug in an external keyboard and mouse and another monitor. I think it's just easier to have a full setup than just having the gaming laptop, because the gaming laptop has a lot of significant drawbacks. Now, the new ones might not, but there was a lot of drawbacks.
Well, yeah, my
loud,
friend Cameron,
overheating.
yeah,
there's just a lot of drawbacks to it, and so when you go to a LAN party, there's a lot of computers. You know what that means? There's a lot of heat. And if you got those thick, fat fucking batteries in that shit, and that shit gets hot, then your room's all hot.
I don't know, but
you can't.
My PC heats up my room pretty well.
Well, you might want to get your fans checked.
So to go off
my
of
fans are
Walker's
good. I
saying
clean them out
though,
all the time, but
to
Go ahead,
go off
Carson.
of what Walker's saying is, I understand what that point, and it makes sense. But I think as far as what's the word I'm thinking of? I had this happen last
Convenience?
spot. Convenience, good boy. So convenience wise, it makes it easier because you don't have to bring the big tower. And I wasn't even thinking about that from Walker's standpoint about the heat and how loud it gets, because that is definitely an issue. If you have a LAN party with 5 of your friends and you're all in one room and everyone's running off of laptops, that's probably going to get louder and probably hotter than than if everyone was on towers, because they have better cooling systems and it's quieter. So I don't think necessarily the heat would be the biggest issue because I still think the heat's going to be dispersed through the room regardless. It might make it a little. I don't think that would be a huge factor. I think the issue would more so be the noise as far as the LAN setting. But I think one thing that we could look at too, as far as convenience wise, is for content creators, right? So the ability to move and go different places because content creators will go out to like LA for a week or wherever they're going to
specifically streaming or
just any kind of content creator who's making
like YouTube. That's you don't really need a gaming laptop to
no,
make videos.
But I'm just saying as far as I'm saying to make content in other places, it makes it a little easier because again, you just don't. It's less luggage, it's less space that you have to take up, and significantly lighter. But I think or gaming laptops will have a part of the market. I don't think it's going to overtake PCs anytime soon. I don't think it's going to be something like that. But I think maybe that portion of the market will be expanded. I think the stigma surrounding people who game on laptops is probably going to be changed a little bit. But
not possible.
Okay. But
all right.
Yeah, let's
good talk.
Real quick though, yeah. So the gaming laptop is your in. You get your in with the gaming laptop. That's your taste. That's your free hit of that shit. And then after that, it's all in. I think it's a good in. I think if it's really casual, but eventually everyone who really wants to get into it is going to get a desktop.
You're gonna move to the big boys.
Yeah.
Like my friend Cameron, he is very very new to PC gaming. But he just bought like an insane laptop. Like he could have built a really cool setup, but he just really wanted it to be portable. Like he wanted it to like be able to like come to my house and stuff, and like play games. But he has like a 2080, because he bought it before the 30 series came out. But he has like a 2080 like top CPU. I forget which one it exactly is. Like 32 gigabytes of RAM, like all of that, and it runs.
It's better than my PC.
Yeah, it literally runs games better than my computer.
Desktop.
True, but yeah, he has like a full setup. Like he has like a monitor, keyboard, like everything. And that's one thing he doesn't like is the noise. But I think he's found some ways to kind of fix that. Especially if you're like running it, if you're not like running the screen on the laptop and it's closed, that makes it a bit better. But it still can make some noise. But yeah,
I'm gonna add liquid cooling to my. Well, so we only got like we're trying to keep these under 90 minutes, and we got like basically 10 minutes. So I actually came up. I'm proud of myself, and I'm only going to be proud for about 10 more minutes because I'm going to realize this game is actually super stupid once we actually go through it. But I have a game for us to play. It is a mix up of some Whose Line Is It Anyway elements with a game I've played called something Neanderthals or something like that. It's from the creators of Exploding Kittens. So I'm linking a watch together to the Discord, and I'm only going to have Carson and Josh enter it.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
I immediately entered it and closed it.
So we're going to, it's going to be called What's That Game? So I'm going to post a video game trailer into the watch together. No. Carson and Josh are going to be in it. And they're both going to be trying to give Walker hints as to what the game, or what they're trying to describe for the trailer.
Any old trailer, or like are these recent games that have come out, or just any?
We're watching one right now.
I'm gonna say it's either a game of significance from any time or a recent game trailer.
So it's not gonna be like
dude, it's not I don't know what this is.
Guitar
Hero. So we describe what we're seeing and see if he can guess the game.
Yes. Oh, but there's another caveat.
Just
to
go.
It.
Oh, look, it's Link.
So Carson is only going to be able to make sound effects for the trailer itself. So he has to describe via sound effects what he is seeing on screen. Meanwhile, Josh can say whatever he wants about the game, but it has to be in only single syllables. So if it's more than one syllable, I'm going to give a big eh. You can't do that, Josh. You big dummy.
Okay.
So, you know, if it was, say, like Zelda, he could be like, man with sword, hit thing. Yes.
Isn't sword 2 syllables?
Okay, I'm ready.
No,
I'm ready to
not.
go. Is this the one we're doing? This one?
No, I haven't posted it yet.
Okay.
Oh.
I was like, I don't know what the hell
I
this
was
is.
like, what is this?
Did you guys hear about the Russian Olympic Committee person that got tested positive for PEDs?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, they've already been banned, and now they're individuals. Just wanted to bring that up at some point. It's
Wait,
hilarious.
what? Someone on the committee got...
So Russia's been banned from the Olympics, so there's the ROC. So someone on the they're just independents, effectively. So an independent Russian in the Olympics has now been tested positive. So there's an appeal on Sunday. It's funny.
The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Can't even
All
go
right.
away with cheating. It's hilarious.
You guys ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
Okay.
We laughed.
Kong.
Tong?
Bonk. Bonk.
Pika.
Pokemon?
Yoshi.
Pika.
Pokemon?
That's
Yoshi?
2 syllables.
Fuck. Super Smash Bros.
Wow.
Ultimate.
Yeah.
All right, I forgot to add this rule. No proper nouns too. Like you can't use Pika and Yoshi. First of all, Yoshi's 2 syllables, so that already.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know what to say, dude. I have 30 seconds.
Go up.
Did my milk get you? Did that
No,
help?
it was Pikachu. It was Pikachu, and then Yoshi. I was like, oh, what 2 games of?
What about the
Pikachu?
bonk? The bonk.
The bonk threw me off. I don't know where that came from.
They were hitting each other. They're bonking each other.
You guys didn't say a single thing for like 10
I was
seconds.
trying to.
Well, my roommate like opened my door like mid thing, and I was like, wait. I was like, wait 1 second, and then I like had to look at the video and try to figure out what to say.
What
at
was the
same
first
time.
thing you said, Josh?
I don't know.
It was
I
like
think it was-
tongue. I think you said tongue.
Kong. No, I said Kong.
Oh, Kong. Like,
Yeah, so
No names.
no
names.
proper nouns,
No
like anything
proper
that
don't
can
name the
identify.
guy. Yoshi.
Yoshi.
Yoshi. Yeah, you get it. Like that's
Beeg.
that's the sound
I
they
could've
make.
said
You know.
Beeg.
Beeg.
No, they make wahoo.
Wahoo.
Wahoo. He's
He does
French.
say Yoshi sometimes.
Yoshi's French.
Yoshi.
All right, you guys want to use the same rolls or you want to do different rolls? For
Yeah,
this
let's try it again. Let's try it again. Same rolls.
Okay, yeah, one more time.
one? All right, so for listeners, if you're actually still listening to this godforsaken podcast, Carson's making the sound effects of the trailer. Josh is describing it with single syllable words, and Walker is going to try to guess.
Am I supposed to have audio off?
No, you can have them on.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
actually,
I mean, No, leave it off. It's funnier that way.
I think that would be funnier.
All right,
yeah.
so-
Oh no.
And then you
Turning
won't
audio
accidentally say the music. All right.
Is Kachow a sound effect?
Yeah,
Just in case you
is-
play the trailer for the Cars game that came out in like 2008.
Okay.
Kachiga.
Ciao.
Here we go. All right, ready? Here's the next
Yeah.
one.
Oh fuck me.
That's not a sound effect. Some porn, some Overwatch porn.
Girl, rock, pop, bow, monster. Nope.
Legend of Zelda.
Water.
Glug glug
swim.
glug glug glug. Whoosh.
Mario.
Boom. Old.
Oh,
New.
Slippy. Whoosh.
Slippy.
Boom.
Bomberman.
Hitman.
Hitman.
Tomb.
Tomb Raider.
Um.
I don't know.
A bow.
Uncharted.
Robot.
Dinosaur. Horizon Zero Dawn. Ark.
There we
Um,
go.
Oh my god.
I
Technically,
saw
Josh
that.
said
Technically-
robot, 2 syllables, but
I
I'll
got
give
it
it to
before
you.
that.
It's so
Technically-
hard.
Aren't they coming out with a new one?
Yeah, Forbidden West, right? Is that the new one?
This is Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah, I didn't know. So I saw.
But
an
you got
ad
the
for that other
Horizon,
day.
so we'll call that.
I was like, I don't know what has
Yeah,
dinosaurs.
I said old for time. Like I was trying to like, I don't know, like looked older, like because she was using the bow.
You should have said
and
Mark
then,
Zuckerberg.
Girl, go
Reptile.
way, way back.
Go back.
Girl, go back.
That actually went better than I was expecting.
Is that the concept of the
yeah.
game? Is it time travel?
I don't
Horizon's
know.
back.
There's
She
like
goes
big
back in
robot
time.
things. I don't know.
I think
Yeah,
it's
I don't know how that
like
game works at all.
I think it's almost like post-apocalyptic, like robots
Dinosaur?
are around, but yeah, it's like prehistoric times,
Nice.
like almost like the fall of man, but now they're kind of like
Prehistoric.
rebuilding.
Nice.
Assassin's Creed kind of shit, I guess, except you
Oh.
have giant mecha monsters.
Yo, but Mecha Assassin's Creed though. Ooh, okay.
Oh, that
Yo, the
now
new
that would get me
games-
back into
The
the
new
scene.
Assassin's Creed games fucking suck.
The Valhalla
they're
one.
alright. They're
You're not
alright.
looking forward
No,
to this
they're
DLC.
alright. They're alright. They could be.
Og.
Oh well, gang, I think that's a wrap. What'd you guys think of the game?
That was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was.
Ugh.
The sound effects are hard.
I think Josh would say the describing.
Why didn't you just screech?
Next time I want to do
I
the
should
sound
have just
effects.
screeched the whole time. You're right.
Next time we do it, I'm doing sound effects. I'm gonna do it.
All right.
Yeah, we can switch up the roles for the next time, which will be next week. We'll have I have a fun little announcement actually regarding the podcast for next week, but we will be back to celebrate our 5th episode, a la milestones. Sign off, everybody. Thank you.
Oh,
Bye.
thanks for watching. See you later.